Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, but you guys know what time it is. We're going to be discussing Bonk token. If you're looking at the price of Bonk right now, if you literally bought Bonk yesterday, you're up almost 100%. This is absolutely mind-boggling. And what has happened today is something exactly what we discussed in our previous update, which was just yesterday. And of course, Coinbase listing has officially happened. You can purchase Bonk on Coinbase now. Absolutely insane. So let's waste no more time and take a look at what's happening with Bonk, and of course, what are some next targets that we could be aiming for. So if we're looking at Bonk right now, this morning it's up 80% over the past 24 hours, which is absolutely mind-boggling. I'm speechless at this point. 80%, and you guys can see the price. Let's give it a refresh live. It's no longer that. You guys can see there's still about 4 zeros in front of the price, currently sitting at 1678, up 63% in both Bitcoin and USD comparative. But that's not what you guys want to be focusing on right now. You want to be focusing on its market cap. Officially reached that $1 billion market cap. We discussed this yesterday. I said, once we break into these all-time highs, that massive resistance, which is a previous all-time high, which was coming into the way as a resistance. I said, once we break out of here, $1 billion market cap is next. And as a matter of fact, as soon as we got listed on Coinbase, we have seen Bonk hit $1 billion mark. Absolutely historical, and some people's lives has changed with Bonk in just a matter of a single month. You've heard that correct. One single month has changed a lot of people's lives that got in Bonk early, and of course the airdrop that they received early on as well. Absolutely crazy historic day for the Solana ecosystem, as well as the Bonks community. So you can see this for yourself. The market cap at $1 billion mark, and the rank is in the top 69 spot. Give yourself a pat on the back if you are part of the Bonk community. And the 24-hour trading volume is above $200 million. Of course, that is organically going to go up. But what's happening with the price right now will shock you. I'm going to pull out the charts. But before we do that, let's take a look at this. So you guys can see Coinbase officially made this announcement about 15 minutes back. Bonk is now live on Coinbase and in the Coinbase iOS and Android apps with experimental label. Coinbase customers can log in to buy, sell, convert, send, receive, or store these assets. Huge. If you guys don't know, Coinbase, it is one of the biggest fiat gateways in crypto, if not the biggest. Majority of the new money flows through Coinbase, and now they are able to access Bonk literally on that platform. And this is revolutionary. And, Coinbase listing is always massive. It's a huge thing, especially in a bull market. You tend to see how bullish this listing really is, because in a bull market, whenever a project gets listed on Coinbase, things go absolutely insane, and we're seeing a perfect example of that just with Bonk. And this is going to open the doors to the other big exchanges that have not listed Bonk as of now, such as Binance, OKX, and all those other big centralized tier 1 exchanges that have not come out and listed Bonk right now. When they're seeing their biggest competitor Coinbase listing it, this is going to have them come and list it as well. So I think we're going to start seeing a listing spree. And if you've been watching my content over the past 2-3 weeks, I've been talking about that Bonk listing is going to happen on one of the big exchanges, because the momentum that we were seeing, if you look at Pepe, I've always made a comparison with Pepe. I said this is giving me the early beginnings of Pepe, and exactly what happened with Pepe has happened now. And on top of that, Coinbase, out of all the exchanges, have come and listed this. This is the biggest news that a lot of holders could not even have imagined, and that has happened. And $1 billion mark, absolutely insane. Now, let's take a look at the price, because that is the exciting part. So if we're looking at BTC first, you guys can see BTC did see a flash yesterday as well. Obviously these wicks occurred on a day-to-day basis, but we're pretty much still sitting at 43,100, which is really nice to see, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for Bonk. Before I get into the Bonk update, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So look at that. Look at that crazy wick, guys. This wick occurred as soon as the trading open on Coinbase. You could see this for yourself. It went up to 3007. This wick obviously did not last too long. These are initial listing wicks, and some people probably profited out of here. If you somehow manage to close your position and lock in profits there, that is absolutely insane. But before we get into that, let's take a look at this. So remember this resistance that we were coming across, the previous all-time high, which was at that 1490 zone. If you picked up some Bonk, which is literally last night, you are up right now 22%, and it wicked up all the way up to 100%. So we saw some people potentially might have locked in some profits around this range. If you were one of them, let me know in the comments. That is insane. Usually on the listings, during these type of wicks, if you get lucky, you can lock in some massive profits. But one thing I want you guys to be looking at is the yesterday's price. Literally, look at this. December 13th, the wick, of course, that came down to due to the Bitcoin volatility, the massive flush that we saw. You can see this for yourself. 8704 was retested, and if you picked up some Bonk at the 8702 zone, you're already up double. Literally since yesterday, if you picked up the dip, you're already up 100% with Bonk. Absolutely insane, right? And this momentum, I think, is going to carry on. Reason why I'm saying this momentum is going to carry on now is I think there's going to be more exchange listings coming, especially now that a huge tier 1 exchange like Coinbase has come out and listed this. So we could see something like Pepe happen. You remember, if you have been here for quite some time, Pepe started getting listing back to back to back, and we saw a $2 billion market cap come literally in a snap of a finger. And I think this momentum is not going to stop, especially now due to the fact that we have seen tremendous amount of volume coming in, and of course more hype. This hype is not going to slow down, and I think it's coming for Shiba Inu. No project, now hear me out, no project has ever climbed up to these rankings as far as a Solana based project goes, and Bonk is, I think, going to be one of the very first ones, unless Jupiter comes out earlier. But as far as meme coins are concerned, the battle between ETH and Sol is really going to take place, and I think, I'm very optimistic, Bonk is going to try to push towards Shiba's levels. And no one can come out and tell me that Bonk can't do what Shiba Inu did in the previous bull cycle. No one can come and tell me that. It's definitely a possibility, especially with the way this project is, engaging with their community, unique ways to, bring in excitement. Love that. I absolutely love that. And right now, you guys can see massive market buys are happening. You see the price either going to the 2000 level and then going back all the way down. A lot of profit taking is also going to happen, so be mindful of that. But I'm expecting more upside. But with that said, now hear me out, guys. With that said, let's go back down to memory lane. So let's go on the daily time frame, and this is what I want you guys to be paying very, very close attention. Look at this chart. Wow, look at this chart, guys. Can we talk about this chart? All right, what I want to say is, if you're one of the very lucky people that were accumulating back in October and you accumulated massive amounts of Bonk, you're up right now about 20,408%. And if you want to put this into perspective, that's over 200x. Over 200x, guys. And now you want to be locking some profits in. You've reached the $1 billion mark, and of course, there will be profit taking that will definitely occur. But of course, the buying pressure is so high right now that these sell orders will be slurped, unless BTC decides to say, peace out, let me do a little bit of another flush. But the momentum that Bonk has right now is too strong, and I'm expecting more upside, and we could potentially even start heading to 1.5 billion to even potentially $2 billion market cap. So that is it for today's update. Of course, one step at a time. Love you all. See you tomorrow. Been Crypto ZX, and peace out.